Challenge 8, we are featuring everyone. It's gonna look a little bit chaotic, but it's gonna make sense. So yeah, everyone tonight is everyone who's participating is shown here. So we have Auphonium, Candy Boots, Jeff, MrTKettle, Mumbo, DJ, Znernicus, and Zorulda. So yeah, I think without any further ado, we can go ahead with the rules.
This challenge is called Peak Gameplay. The objective is to stand on the highest surface you can find in each of the given maps. There will be a series of rounds, and all the runners will be given a certain location, either a submap or a level overworld, and a time limit. Wherever they're standing at the end of the time limit is the surface they are locking in. They have to be standing on a surface, not sliding. And when the timer hits 0, they need to immediately pause. And we're going to basically give them points based on how they rank amongst themselves. They'll get anywhere from 1 to 8 points, or they'll get 0 if they finish on the completely wrong map.
Right. Oh, and one thing that I forgot to mention to the runners, but I think everyone can hear me still. There is a bonus 2 points given out to everyone who also ends up on what we have found to be the highest surface that was available to them. If someone somehow finds something even higher, then they're going to get the bonus 2 points, and anyone who gets what we thought was highest does not get the 2 points. But yeah, so anyone who gets the highest surface available also gets 2 bonus points.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt with a question?
Sure.
Are we allowed to be in O stand when we pause? Like if it's a slippery surface?
That is a very good question.
We
have to be
discussed this, actually.
Yeah. You have to be standing on your feet.
Okay.
Is it like you have to basically be able to let go of the controller and still be standing there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Without picking and pause? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But pausing is helpful because there are some possible scenarios where you could get memed out of your position by enemies or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's better that you pause.
That's a great thought, TKettle, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna be doing it.
Yeah, I actually forgot to mention it. So great question. Okay, I think if everyone is ready, we can.
Would you like to announce the first round?
Yes.
And then I'll put the timer up?
Yeah. So the first round, you will have 18 minutes. So the timer will start with 18:20, and just remember to start at 18. And the first map you will have to be in is Creepy Castle.
Like the exterior main.
Yeah, the main Creepy Castle map.
Yep.
I actually have a question.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Real fast.
Are we like able to undeafen if we have a question in the middle of this?
I think you should probably DM instead.
Yeah. Just because we don't want to be talking about strategy and then you pop in and hear something.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the timer now. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So wait, we start at 18 minutes, not at
Yes.
immediately?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
This 20-second buffer so y'all can deafen and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you for not to play Rocket Barrel.
Good luck, fellas.
All right, everyone's
Alright.
deafened. And they will get going.
They should be
Alright,
starting right
so-
now.
Yep. So round 1 is Creepy Castle. So the reason why we gave them that is, well, we wanted to make sure that everyone would have time to go and free all the Kongs and possibly get some moves. So the place you want to do that the quickest is Creepy Castle. So they're already going to be there. It's just, what makes sense.
This is
But
the longest round by far, and it's to give them enough time to do everything that they need to do.
yeah, so just getting key 5 and freeing every Kong should take them somewhere between like 13 and 15, 16 minutes, and then they will have a couple extra minutes to obviously move around in castle, and also they could try and figure out which moves they might need to, do well in this challenge.
What moves
And
are going to be most beneficial to them, Bismuth?
right. Well, obviously not Rocket Barrel, because you may not buy Rocket Barrel in this challenge. So this is explicitly banned, which means you also cannot get Simian Slam, because that's the next move that Diddy buys after Rocket Barrel. But what can be helpful is definitely
Sorry, oh my
Orang
god.
Stand. What's up?
I just changed the whole layout. Hold on, sorry. I'm
right.
sorry.
So what can be helpful is Orang Stand can help them get up steep slopes. That can help. They might want to get some guns to access some areas. They might want to get Primate Punch could be helpful just to access some places. Ponytail Twirl and especially Monkey Port can definitely come in handy, because Monkey Port lets you access high places in some places. Nice phase walk from TKettle. Any other moves?
I don't think so. I feel like what we learned when we practiced a playthrough of this challenge is that 18 minutes is not as much as you think it is. It's definitely not enough to buy every single move. Like, you don't have the time to be extra safe and buy every single thing. So you do want to really be thinking about what Kongs you want to be going to Crankies with. Also, for guns, Funky is all the way at the bottom of Castle. So it's kind of a risk to start down there, buy any guns, and then make your way all the way to the top of the level.
Yeah, as we see Mars getting out of training grounds.
I'm really quickly going to point out that Jeff is about 30 seconds behind his stream. So we're going to have to keep that in mind.
Right, yeah, I noticed that Jeff started way later than everyone else with the stream delay. I wasn't paying attention, but Offo is way ahead of everyone. Did she just like go straight for Barrel and then left training grounds right away?
I didn't catch it. The one downside to us having 8 people up is it's going to be really hard for us to...
Yeah, so the thing is, like, for the beginning, this looks like it's kind of total chaos because everyone is doing different stuff, but like the beginning of this challenge is just going to be like everyone needs to free all the Kongs and, you know, do the early game stuff that we're used to in a lot of these challenges and bingos and whatnot. Once we get into like the actual, you know, rounds themselves, so to speak, it's going to be kind of more linear, where like everyone will sort of like be starting from roughly the same place and want to go to roughly the same place. So it's going to be kind of easier to figure out like what's going on, because everyone will sort of be in roughly the same areas. And what matters the most is like where everyone is at the end of the timer for each round. Right, I should talk about the prediction before this first one ends. So for each round, the prediction will be if anyone manages to reach that highest point that we talked about. Some of the highest points that they're trying to reach will be relatively easy, but a lot of them will be kind of tricky, or either like really tricky to figure out which point is exactly the highest, and or how to actually manage to reach it. Since they can't buy Rocket Barrel, there are definitely places that are like very, very hard to access that with Rocket Barrel would be trivial. So for this round, for instance, the prediction is like, will anyone manage to reach the highest reasonable point in castle? In this case, we have it marked as the top of Snides. Because the top of the tower is not something you can reasonably reach without Rocket Barrel, without using either like absolutely crazy glitches or maybe like an ultra lag moonkick from Snides could make it, but even that I think would be too low. So the highest points, I'm gonna say them for every round. It's just something that we have figured out and might actually be proven wrong at sometimes. If
Yeah,
anyone proves us wrong, then they
we
they get the.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, you did check the actual, like, you checked the code, essentially, to see what was the highest surface in every level, but for a lot of them, they were only reachable by Rocket Barrel. So there were a few of them
Yeah.
we were able to get through you using your special ROM, but
Right. Well, it's the it was checked using Script Hawk in BizHawk. So for Castle is probably the most trivial one. Um, like the top of the tower and the clouds are just not reachable. And so the highest point is the top of Snide. But there could be other places that they end up at, especially if they don't find enough time to reach the top of the level. Because reaching the top of the castle without Rocket Barrel actually takes quite a bit of time. So they might just run out.
Okay.
did we tell? I don't think we ever told the runners how many rounds there are. I think we
Right.
were a little bit, I don't think we needed to. I think we don't, they don't need to know how many are coming. I don't think it's,
Yeah.
we can tell the audience though. They have 12 rounds to go.
Right.
Some of them are in overworld, some of them are in submaps.
Yeah, I
And
guess other than peak gameplay, how high can you get would have been a good
oh, that
challenge
would have been
name,
good. Clever.
Is Alpha trying to just reach the highest point like as quickly as possible? She's trying to TPS right now in Castle. I think she's trying to do the telegraph to reach the very top of Castle, but even if she manages to do it now, she's gonna find herself with just DK and 8 minutes to
Yeah,
spare.
we really wanted to make it clear to them, like, please take the time to... We gave them 18 minutes so that they would go and free their comms and get any moves they need. Maybe she just wanted to give herself the time to pull this off.
I mean, it would be really crazy to like get a previously thought impossible height and get like a 3-point lead on everyone, but then she would be at such a disadvantage to do everything else that it would.
Yeah. Oh no. Our audio stream has frozen.
Oh, TKettle's stream is frozen, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Due to logistical limitations, I am watching this with a bit of a delay, but I'm noticing that most runners are getting into Castle at this point. Candy Boots, Nern, TJ, Zorulda, all roughly at the same spot. Oh, Awful just got DBS.
Oh, she got it?
What is she trying to do with it? Okay, she managed to get the. That is some wild gameplay from Awful.
I
I
mean,
think it's just. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, realistically, how many moves do you need to get to high places? Looking forward, like for us, looking forward in 2 hours. We don't really need a lot of moves. If she can pull this off and get 10 points from this, I think that could be really useful. It could make up for the fact if she chooses not to get any moves.
Yeah, it might. I think it's still gonna come back and bite her later, but I guess it might not be as bad as I might have made it out to be. Because it is true that most of if you're creative, a lot of this challenge can just be done with DK only and like basically no moves.
I want to pay attention to anyone who goes into Crankies and see
Right.
what they choose
So I
to
think
get.
at this point, we're gonna see a lot of cutout. But Candy Boots is climbing castle first. Personally, my strategy would be to do Warp 2 kick, free everyone at the Warp 2 Troffenskoff, and then go up with Tiny to visit Cranky and buy Monkey Port, and then just tag DK again at the ballroom.
So, Auphonium is visible again.
Right.
Because she got too close to the tag barrel that she got TBS in. By climbing
while
above
climbing
it.
up the castle. Yeah. That's unfortunate. So I guess at this point she is.
I think she can like. At this point, she kind of has to give up on TBS, I believe, unless she wants to try to get it from next to ballroom. But it wouldn't have hurt if she decided to stop here to free her Kongs. We have a Tiny. Zorulda, I think Znernicus been freeing some Kongs. TJ's freeing Kongs now. Candy
In the
Boots is
meantime, I
freeing
am
Kongs.
checking real quick how reasonable it would be for someone to try and moonkick to the tower from Snides, because I don't think I actually checked that.
I think it's too far away.
Yeah. But you know what? It's actually not as far as I thought. And maybe with oranges it could be possible, but it's going to be hard for me to find out just by trying on BizHawk because of different lag, which in Castle is like a huge difference between emulator and console. Yeah, the timer ticking down for each round can be a bit anxiety inducing for sure. Okay, I'm gonna soon be able to report on whether you can do this mooncake.
Oh, Offo, I think I think an ad is going for her right now, but she is back down trying to get TBS.
Right. Okay,
And
here's an update.
Znernicus and Zorulda are both trying to do moonkicks from the battlements at the top of castle.
Right.
Oh, not Zorulda, sorry, TKettle.
So here's what I just found out. At least on BizHawk, it's actually like easily makeable using 4 oranges to lag Moonkick all the way to the top. So, but I'm looking at TKettle's Moonkick attempt here, and mine was a lot closer without oranges, so I actually am not quite sure if that's actually doable. I did have the top of Snides marked as the highest platform surface, so if no one manages to get on top of the tower, then I think we're gonna give the top of Snides as the highest platform.
Yeah. Jeff is up at Snides right now. TJ is waiting on top of Snides right now. TJ has to get to the tip of Snides if he wants it to count. Oh, but is he trying to do a lag moonkick?
Yeah, he's going for the lag wound
Oh!
kick.
Ah! No way! Let's go! The TJ's got to get up on that battlement because someone else might do that.
Nice. Yeah, so if he stands on top of the battlement, that is the highest point. There we go. So TJ nails the highest surface in Castle.
Jeff looks like he's content to stay on top of Snides, which is absolutely fair. And TKettle is trying to do the same thing that TJ just did. Meanwhile, Zorulda is trying to moonkick from the battlement next to tower.
And it looks like a lot of people are just going for it with now less than 2 minutes, but everyone was going for the top of Castle with over 2 minutes to go. I think Znernicus might have been the only one who took the extra time to buy moves. That's really good by TJ, though. I think not a lot of people went to go buy moves, so his strat to try and reach the top of Castle is going to pay off.
Yeah. Mumbo also at the top. I think a lot of people are gonna settle at the top of Snides here. Oh, TKettle didn't have enough lag.
Yeah, TJ was really close to that ledge grab was really tight. Zern is having trouble with the oranges. He has basically one attempt at this.
Aupho is still going for the TBS here. She's basically got 40 seconds to get it or to get back up to Snides. Ah!
All right, with 30 seconds to go.
Did we tell them that they're not allowed to talk about how they did when they get back in?
We did not, but I can spam it here.
We're coming up on the last 3, 2, 1.
All right. Right. I forgot I need to mark these people. Okay.
All right, can we come back now?
Yeah.
Mornin?
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Don't talk about how you did. I think Bismuth said something about that.
Oh, you do? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, we forgot to mention it, but we want to keep the scores just have quiet and silent secret throughout the thing.
Oh, so we
Okay,
can't even know
so-
how we do at the end of each round?
No. We want it to be secret till the end.
I like that.
Interesting.
Okay, can you check if that's accurate, Corn? I think we're good.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
accurate.
So I think we just need to tally that up on stream, and then we're going to be ready to give you the second round.
Alrighty.
Can I ask a silly question?
I guess so.
Yep.
Does it matter if you're like a taller Kong than somebody else?
No, it's the surface that matters.
Okay.
We measure your height at the feet.
All right, the points are on stream. Are we ready to announce the second
I'm ready to
round?
announce the...
Announce the winner. Challenge done.
Yep. All right, so everyone get ready for round 2. Remember, you have a 20-second buffer before you actually unpause the game.
Okay.
So for round 2, you will have 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh no.
Interesting.
I don't like
And
that.
You have to reach the highest point in the Crypt hub. That's the map where the Diddy blueprint is.
Oh boy. Okay. Good luck.
Okay.
All right,
Right.
we're starting the timer now.
So we got 20 seconds. Let's do it.
Alpha, you need to. There we go. Okay, so everyone's deafened. So Crypt Hub is the next one. So everyone make your prediction whether anyone will manage to reach the top of the Crypt Hub, which is the top of the mausoleum. That's actually really hard to reach, but it is possible.
The mausoleum is.
Best.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was going to say best done with tiny, with like a slope cancel on top, like a backflip, a crouch drop backflip from the switch, and then like canceling your sliding. It's really tricky, but it can be done.
This is the. I'm just gonna pop it in real fast. This is the round.
So yeah, the mausoleum being the room where tiny and lanky stuff is /R.
Aside from the top of the mausoleum, the next highest is actually on top of the melon crate, which is where Opho is right now.
Yep, the melon crate is bouncing, and at the peak of that bounce is the second highest place you can be on.
We are counting the peak of the bounce. Like if they're on the top of the melon crate, we're counting the top of the top of the bounce, if that's where they
Yeah,
are.
there are very few like moving surfaces, but anything that moves we count the peak. And also for slopes we usually like anything that's like pointy or sloped we count like as being at the highest point of that slope, even if they're not like precisely on it.
Zorulda and Znernicus are both at the top.
Ooh, nice move kick from Zorulda, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that.
Where they are on the map or on the thing does matter. Oh, it's slippery.
Yeah, the edges are slippery, so you have to be careful.
Okay.
I think Zorulda just messed around a bit too much, and now he has to mooncake again. Will they make it?
Znernicus. Okay, we're done.
Well, that was a quick one.
Yeah.
I don't like what you're doing to me.
Okay.
The stream is kind of dark on this one. Can we have you guys unpause for this one?
If a certain someone cooperates.
I think I know what you're talking about. Just briefly.
Are we unpausing? What happened?
Just
to show where you are.
Just really quick unpausing to show where you are. Okay. You can pause again.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think I should be okay. That is here. And okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that should be okay. So we're gonna update the scores. Oh, sorry, yes.
We are... I'm ready for the next one. Everyone ready for the next one?
I gotta send you a message. Okay, are we ready now?
We all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have delay, so I don't know if you saw my message, Corn.
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you.
Okay, we just need to get the fix a score. All right. So, round 3. Everyone will have 4 minutes.
Wow.
to reach the highest point in Japes overworld.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy.
Jeez.
Off we go. TJ and Zorulda still need to deafen. Zorulda, okay, there we go. All right, so the highest point in Japes, this time. Sorry, where's Japes? So the highest point
It's
in
the-
Japes is actually
It's the top of the tree in front of Diddy's cage.
Yeah, so you would think it's the top of the mountain, right? But actually, the tree by Diddy's cage is higher.
I can also see someone thinking that it might be one of the palm trees in the beehive area, if they want to
Right.
get fancy.
It's really hard, but it is possible to get on top of it. But it is lower than the mountain. And also, if they want to get fancy and they don't think of the tree by Diddy's cage, the mountain actually is the third highest because the second highest is the Warp 5 on the mountain. So if you can manage to get that golden banana with Diddy, then suddenly you can get higher by 5 units.
It actually, if they already have Peanut, it wouldn't take them that long to do that. But the tree is higher. We have a couple people who actually chose to jump in and free some Kongs in this time. Kind of a risk, especially Mumbo right now is doing it, and he hasn't watched the cutscene yet, so hopefully he's only freeing one Kong.
Yeah, there is a tiny little bit of extra time, but I think I think generally speaking, most of the runners did not take the our warning to take their free time to do something with seriously enough for the first round. We saw a lot of them try to go to the highest point in Castle with 3 minutes to go or even more, and I think they could have used that time better to get some Kongs and moves. But it seems like it's a pretty even footing for everyone, so everyone is like equally unprepared. All right, TKettle makes it to the top. So you see, TKettle makes it to the highest point in Japes, but he still has 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So he could have chosen to visit Cranky in that time.
Oh, Zorulda has chosen to moonkick off the tree to the mountain. But it looks like he's trying to figure out if it's lower.
Ooh, Candy Boots opening the gates in Japes.
And Offo is going to Beehive area. I think it's very, very easy to think that Beehive area has the highest because it's above the rest of the level.
Mm-hmm.
If you know about that moonkick to get up there, especially.
Yes, that would be higher, and that's not a dumb question, but it's not the highest. It's higher than the mountain itself, but it's still lower than the tree in front of Diddy's cage where Candy Boots and TKettle are, and TJ. Is TJ on that tree? I'm assuming he is. Okay.
And Znernicus is also on that tree?
Yep. So with 40 seconds to go or so. Mumbo's about to enter Japes. Looks like Mumbo will have time to at least go somewhere in Japes, but it might be tight with... there is some stream delay, so he probably has like 45 seconds to go on his end right now.
Offo struggling a little bit to get up to, the top of Beehive.
Alright, I'm gonna get prepared here.
And it looks like Jeff is also trying to size up the mountain to the tree. Mumbo is not gonna make it off of the ground here.
Yeah, it looks like he's stuck on bush.
Yeah.
Hello. Time's up, right?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Mornin. Okay. I need to tally up everyone.
All right.
Man, I did not expect the times would be this short after the first round.
Yeah.
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 Just saying.
It's like I'm not gonna say anything.
I didn't expect to mentally struggle with heights so much.
Definitely feels like a difficulty ramp up from the other challenges so far. And it's only round 3. I don't know how many these are. Actually, do we know how many rounds there are? Or
We
does that
haven't
matter?
told you.
No, you haven't.
I'm sure Corn and Bismuth know how many rounds there are.
There's
Yes, we do.
801 rounds.
Okay. So the score should be ready to update on stream.
Who have I not updated yet? I think I've done everyone.
I'm just gonna double check. I think you need to update the awful.
No, I updated Auphonium.
Okay. Sorry, I still have a bit of a delay. Okay, so everyone's good.
Alright.
So the next round, ready to put in the timer?
Yep.
Okay, so the next round you have 6 minutes to
Okay.
go to the highest point in Aztec overworld.
Right.
Aztec overworld.
And off you go. Alright, so Alpha and Candy still need to deafen. There we go. Everyone's deafened and ready to go.
Alright.
So round 4 is Aztec, and so in Aztec, the highest point is not actually reachable. The highest point that is possible in the map is on top of the sun, at least that we managed to find out. But that is rocket barrel only, unless like someone finds out some absolutely crazy moonkick. The highest actually reachable point is on top of the tower, the Beetle Race Tower, which you can do with Chimpy Charge and a well-timed Chimpy Charge at the end of the last gong. If you miss out on that opportunity, it's actually pretty hard to get on the top of the tower. Not entirely impossible, but I don't think anyone could do that in 6 minutes. And then if they don't manage to do that, then there's the top of some temples, like the Melon Crate on the Llama Temple is higher than the top of the dome on Tiny Temple, which itself is higher than the top of the Llama Temple without the Melon Crate. And the Five Lord Temple switch is lower than all of these. And after that, the next highest places would be like trees and stuff, which are like 100 units lower than all those tops of the. So the highest place that we expect them to go is the top of the tower. So if anyone managed to do that, then they get 2 bonus points.
Also gonna really fast point out, because this is kind of a longer one, I can take a couple seconds to talk about scoring. TJ currently has a perfect score.
Yeah, TJ has been killing it.
Is he choosing to stay at the top of Tiny Temple here, or is he going to
We'll see what he
look
thinks about
around a
it.
bit? It looks like everyone is, except for Znern, is in Aztec right now. Ooh, Znern does not have Diddy. Diddy is the one Kong that he didn't free. And it looks like he's
Right.
going to go free him before he goes to Aztec. I don't know if he's gonna have enough time to free Diddy.
That is a wild
Buy Chimpy
attempt,
Charge
yeah.
and go back up.
Yeah, there's no way he frees Diddy, buys Chimpy Charge, and does the tower in time. But I am enjoying how hectic this challenge is being for everyone.
Yeah.
Like the runner said, it is a ramp up in difficulty. We are on the second to last challenge of the series, so yeah, the difficulty has gone up for sure.
Wait, Znern is buying Coconut. He's not gonna have enough time to get to Aztec with Diddy.
Yeah.
I think this should have just been a eat your losses. You're not gonna be able to get to the highest point kind of deal.
Or I feel like it would have been faster to just free him in castle at this point.
That too.
All right, so with 2.5 minutes to go,
Although
we see.
it does beg the question, why did he reset his game?
I think he might have. I think he was going to Aztec. Like he was in the lobby, and then he realized he wanted to have Diddy.
Oh man. Yeah, it wasn't worth it, I don't think. Zorulda's on top of the melon crate on top of Llama Temple. How does that compare to where TJ is at the top of Tiny Temple and where Opho is at the base of the top of Tiny Temple?
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a one where we're going to see a lot of spread. So the melon crate is the second best option after the tower. So if Zorulda doesn't have Diddy and Chimpy charge, that is basically his best available option. And then after that, you would have the dome on Tiny Temple is the third best option. And aside from the roof of the Llama Temple itself, yeah, the next one would be the Five-Lord Temple switch. Now I'm gonna go take note of the Tiny Temple roof, but without the dome itself, because we didn't actually take note of that one. So I'm gonna go check real quick. But yeah, the Gong Tower is the highest place they can go, and at this rate, I think Mumbo is about to get it right.
So Znernicus is not gonna have time to get Diddy's move, but he does have Diddy now. So hopefully, at least he's getting to the level. That's definitely better than him not being in it at all.
At least scoring a couple points is definitely what you want to do here.
Candy Boots is also going to the top of Gong Tower.
Okay, so 351. Right, that's what I expected. Okay. So the top of Tiny Temple, but without the dome, is like right in the middle between all the other rooftops and the highest trees available in the level.
And so I don't think anyone is at the base. So Opho and TJ look like they're locking in at the top. Zorulda and TKettle are on the melon crate. Oh, Opho. Oh wait, I already said Opho. Candy Boots is at the top of Gong. Mumbo's at the top of Gong. Znern is gonna be at the base, I think, actually. Oh no, Znern made it to the top. Okay.
What is he doing? Nice.
Oh, I'm mad.
Oof.
I'm with you.
I'm just mad at myself though.
I need to be careful with what I say at the end of each round
Yeah.
because I had a 10-second delay and everyone has time to come back and I'm still talking about it.
Oh.
Okay. So I was doing the scoring here. Wait,
Nope, sure I'm not the highest on this one.
I need to be careful about this. Okay, so
Oh, we're supposed to get the highest. Oh no.
It's April Fool's Day, not opposite day. God.
Mumbo's head is buried deep in the sand in Aztec.
I'm underwater right now.
Dude's in
In
Galleon.
Aztec.
Dude's not even in Aztec. He's in Galleon.
deep in Llama's ass. Okay. I think the scores are ready to update.
Aztec? I thought you said Galleon.
All right, I'm pretty sure all the scores are done.
Yep, that looks good. I'm assuming this one will update. Yep. All right. So everyone ready for the next round?
Mm-hmm.
Round
No.
5. Ready on timer, Corn?
I will be as soon as you say it.
Okay, yeah. So round 5, you have 2 minutes to reach the highest point in the Llama Temple.
Right.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Zorulda needs to deafen.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, and off they go. So the highest point in Llama Temple is pretty interesting. The actual correct answer is the grape switch for Lanky's matching game, like to enter the room. Standing on the grape switch is the highest point. And then after that, there's a million different solutions that are all within like 7 units in total. The second highest is the candle that's above the alcove that has the DK switch that opens the door outside. 1 unit lower is inside the matching game board. And then 0.4 unit lower is this lanky switch in the matching game room. And then 0.1 unit lower is warp 1. And then 4 units lower is the warp 1 platform. And 1 unit lower than that is the candle above the ferry. So there's like a million different places, but it turns out the grape switch is just higher than everything. And if anyone thinks about that, then it's just an easy win.
I was watching TJ like a hawk there. I'm so scared he's not going to get into Llama Temple on time.
All right, TKettle. TKettle is reaching the highest platform and then going off of it.
Is he going to get it? Can DK not stand on it? He should, oh no, he's trying to mookick, never mind.
Yeah, he's moonkicking off of it.
Auphо also trying to moonkick. Jeff is struggling to get in here too a little bit. Oh, TJ's getting in, okay, that's good.
We are expecting some of these rounds to have a little bit of panic and some people not ending up very high because of that.
Oh, right, they're about 10 seconds behind, so I have to remember that too. We gotta stop talking and...
Cool.
All right. I just need to see where everyone ended up to start scoring.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. I forgot that Jeff's stream is a bit more behind everyone else.
Yeah.
For us.
He's about 30 seconds behind us.
Opportunity to visit Cranky.
You had it. It was the start.
Yeah.
It was the beginning, dude. That was it.
You had
no
that
more.
I don't
chance.
know. I had like a minute to get to the highest point in Castle once I like kind of did everything. I didn't have any time to do anything.
I used my time to see if I could do other stuff. Ugh.
Yeah, I feel like I wasted my time. This is a DK adventure.
So the scores are ready. You update on stream.
Oh, they're ready? Okay. All right. I'm ready whenever you
Okay. So round 6 is the next one. You will have 2 minutes
Oh god.
Man.
to reach the highest point in training grounds.
Wow. Okay.
All right, off you go. Zorulda needs to deafen. Okay. All right. So the highest point in training grounds, I'll say that real quick, is really hard to reach. Very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It is the log on top of DK's cabin.
I'm actually gonna
so
bring
the
bring the image back up so we can look at it. There's that
Right.
log right on top of DK's cabin there, and there is a way to use O stand to get on top of it, and there is one little sliver on top of it that you can stand on, not in O stand.
we don't expect anyone to actually manage to do that.
No, we'd be
To
very impressed if
honest.
someone gets that in 2 minutes.
But it is doable. And then there's an out of bounds mountain that I don't think you can even reach. That is the second highest. But the next semi-reasonable one is so you can just go stand on top of the door frame to DK's cabin. That is the highest point that we think they're gonna reach, but the log on top of DK cabin is definitely doable. So that is the plus 2 points extra high place. But yeah, the above the entrance to DK's cabin is higher than the tree by Cranky. There's one of them that's higher than the other. And then there's a couple mountain. There's a mountain that has a slightly lower height than that tree, and then the Banana Horde Torch is the next after that.
We have TJ up on a Banana Horde torch, and we have Znern on one. I think one is 1 unit higher than the other, and I think Znern might be on the higher one.
Let me go check that.
The one that TJ is on is the closer one, and I'm pretty sure that one is 1 unit lower.
Okay, how many torches
But
are there?
we have
2?
to stop talking about it in just a second. Ooh, that was close. 0.03.
GG.
Nice.
Mornin.
All right.
I just need to double check something. Oh, you were right. Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple of surfaces that I don't know, honestly, which one's higher. Had to just take a guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, it's hard to figure out like the exact order of all the placements. Okay, so I think this should be good. What else do we have? Right. Okay, I need to double check a couple things.
Oh my gosh, Bismuth, I just noticed the scores were showing up on the right. I was doing the math every time.
They haven't shown up to us.
No,
I mean, on the stream.
No.
no, I have like a tally of the scores that, and Corn was just adding them up manually.
Nice.
Okay, so hold on, I need to double check something else. Sorry. The way I took notes was suboptimal. Okay, so this is that one. Okay, sorry about that. Wait, that's all. I knew this would be one of the harder ones to figure out.
Can I really quickly
We're on
ask
slope ground.
Auphonium, TKettle, and Jeff to unpause really fast?
If you need me to get out of first person, I can also.
Yeah, actually, no, I know where everyone is, except I actually don't know where Jeff is exactly.
If you need me to scoot over to that spot that's obviously a little bit higher over there, I could totally do that for you.
Are you here?
In retrospect, I'm here. Does this help?
Give us a sec. Your stream is like 30 seconds behind for some reason.
Oh man, I'm
So
sorry.
just give us 1 second and we'll.
Yeah, I think I know. I think I know where Jeff is.
Okay.
Confirm it in a second, but that would mean we have this.
All right. Thanks. You guys can pause
Okay.
again.
Wait. Can you like move around a little more, Jeff? I actually. Okay, no, I know where you are. Okay, never mind.
Good.
All is good.
Just found the most secret spot.
Oh, I know why I was confused. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I think this
Okay.
would be hard to judge because them slopes on all the sides they're not a consistent height. They're different. They're like very hilly. So
Do you have them all done, Bismuth?
Right. Hold on. Let me just make sure of something. Right. Okay. Wow, training grounds is such a meme.
A lot of surfaces that appear to be about the same height, so.
Okay. I actually have to correct this scoring.
Who are we correcting, just so I'm ready for it?
I'm just gonna message you like.
All right.
I would really love to see a time limit that's over like 10 minutes soon.
Same.
All right, cool. Next one's 1 minute.
Highest point in DK's house.
Yeah, highest point in DK's house.
All right.
1 minute highest point in Fungi.
Okay, sorry about that one taking longer, but I think we should be okay now.
Yep.
Double checking the scores. Everything seems up to date. All right. So round 7, you have 4 hours. Oh, sorry, 4 minutes.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
To go to the highest point you can in DK Isles Overworld.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks. All right.
All right. Highest point of DK Isles Overworld is
It's the top of Creme Isle, I believe.
yeah, so you can reach all the way to the top of like between Carol's eyes on Creme Isle. But I definitely need to go to this area and be prepared to measure anything because I feel like we haven't taken enough notes about some specific surfaces there. Okay, so they are running around.
We have some people going for TBS right away.
Right. So ideally, they would have taken some of that 18 minutes they had at the start to get some monkey port and things like that.
If
But
they
looks
haven't, they
like-
do have plenty of time to get it. If they already have
Right.
money here.
Yeah, so, since they were in training grounds, although they probably weren't playing as tiny, but they could. Right. So can you actually? You can reach the top of this with just DK, right?
The top
Just
of
kick up.
what Candy Boots is doing?
Right.
I
okay,
believe
that's what
so.
I thought. Yeah. I think this is doable with DK, but it's definitely easier with Tiny. Yeah. So Candy Boots
Candy
just got
Boots
to the
is at
top
the
of.
top, yeah.
So the tip of the summit. Um. Wait, that's the.
Zorulda's doing it with Tiny.
Right. Yeah, I think Tiny's actually better to do this with.
But the thing is if you have Tiny, it's actually better to go get Monkey Port and get to the top of Cremile. But honestly, I think isn't this the second highest if you can't get to the top of, or not the second highest, but there's like a bunch
It's
of different
definitely one of
surfaces.
the high.
There's a bunch of different surfaces on the top of Cremile, and then the summit of Decals is just below it.
I'm confused why we marked the very top of the summit, because I can't manage to stay on it without
I
sliding
think
off.
we marked that a while ago before we had decided about the sliding thing.
Maybe.
Anyway, watching the people that are playing.
Yeah, sorry. The highest point you can reach here on the summit is 1761, but there is several places on Cremile that are like 1800 and more. But it's actually pretty hard to reach that higher point in Cremile. Alpha is at least higher than the summit, though. I don't know exactly where she is, but I think she's like by the place. Yeah, I think that's where she is. So 1850 or so.
Oh, Mumbo's gonna do the top of Fungi Lobby.
There we go. Znern is trying to reach the top of that eye, which would be the winning location if he can make it.
I don't think you can stand on the top of the eye. I think he's exactly... no, if he just stays where he was, he... Oh, no, isn't it? Yeah. He's got...
he tried to...
He's got like 30 seconds.
We're not like extremely stingy on... Or is it stingy? Anyway, they're about to come back in the call.
Yeah. Oh, look at that timer pause. I'm sorry.
Nice.
This game's hard.
That was a fun one.
Sick timer pause.
Thank you.
Okay, I need to figure out where everyone is. Might have to do some extra measurements. Okay, so this one for sure.
Am I allowed to just unpause and go into C up just to kind of compare height with something else I might could have done just to look?
I've been doing that, not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm not gonna move.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Just don't move. Yeah.
Yeah. Aw, dang. Okay, I could have got higher.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely could have got higher. Okay.
I hope you guys saw where I was. So I was gonna do the same thing.
I was worried I could have got higher. I could have.
This is here. TJ, do you think you could
Yep.
unpause?
Does this help you, Bismuth?
It probably will in about 10 seconds.
Oh, right, my bad.
I have double stream delay actually, so it's more like 20.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, you are where I thought you were. Okay, actually, am I stupid? I can not yet confirm if I'm stupid. Okay. Yes, okay, that's good. Next. Okay. I think I got that right. Yes. And I'm just gonna make sure I don't get that wrong somehow. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. All right. Scores are ready to update on stream.
Game's hard.
I'm good whenever you are, Bismuth. Sorry, I was muted. I said that like 20 seconds ago.
Oh, all right. Just double checking that all the scores are good. All right, so round 8 of 60. No. Round 8, you have 3 minutes
That's not a lot of time.
to go to the highest point in factory.
Overworld.
Oh my god, punished. Someone's back. Okay. Everyone is deafened. So yeah, highest point in factory. This will be very tricky because they need to get into factory and then race to whatever highest point they can reach. 3 minutes is not a lot of time. They have to just. This is one of those kind of panic rounds that we engineered a low time limit so that they just have to race for it.
The people who chose to go to Creme Isle made the right choice.
Right. So here the highest point is the top of Block Tower, which we find is rather like the obvious choice in Factory. There's actually one point that's very slightly lower and would be like a huge big brain play if it was higher, but it's actually not. And it's the top of the hallway, like the rim of the door frame of the hallway to Chunky's toy monster room. It just ends up to be like a few units lower than Block Tower. Block Tower is just the obvious choice for Factory. So the runners aren't aware yet, but there are 12 rounds in total, so we're about 2/3 of the way done. So yeah, because we figured that Block Tower is the obvious choice here, we wanted to make sure that not every single runner would just get there easily. So we intentionally gave them a pretty low time limit to do so. They still have about like 1 minute of leeway to mess around. But yeah, they have to race there pretty quickly. Alpha's going for R&D here. R&D is definitely not like a terrible choice, but it just ends up being lower than Block Tower.
Offo, I believe, still is just on one training
Just
barrel
on DK.
and just DK.
Oh, right.
So
yeah,
she's been doing really well with what she has. I think, isn't this the 3rd highest place you can be if you stay at the top of?
I think this is the 3rd highest, yeah. Well, I guess there's like slightly lower blocks in the Block Tower.
Right.
But, like if you're doing Block Tower, then you're most likely just gonna be at the top.
Oh, I'm gonna have to fix MrTKettle's stream in a minute, probably.
Sounds like so few people are going for anyone other than DK. Then they kind of just all end up in R&D instead.
Yeah, honestly, not bad. Not a horrible thing to happen.
Ooh, look at TJ though. We're gonna have to shut up about it, but
all right.
All right, indeed.
Um,
Let's start scoring everyone.
we lost MrTKettle's stream, so I need to bring it back up really fast.
Yeah. It's
Is
the
it
second time tonight.
is it back up?
It's back. It's
Okay.
back. Yeah.
This is so brutal.
Okay.
This is
Mhm.
brutal.
I feel like every single timer should have like another 2 minutes added. Just at least enough to like look around and decide which high point you want to go for before committing to it.
Well, on the bright side, it is brutal for everyone equally.
I don't know that I'd agree with that, to be honest.
I'm having a pretty good time, but it might be because I'm, I don't know,
I think
not too
I think-
worried about it.
your first 18 minutes matters a whole lot more than I think we're giving credit.
Yeah.
We're not gonna, reveal the scores before the end, but I will say this one thing. Scores are close.
Figured.
Hmm.
Corn, did you get my stream back?
Yeah,
Okay, and you guys can see
They're
where I'm
ready
at.
to, by the way, on stream.
I'm changing them. I got it. Sorry,
got where I
TK,
was
what did
at,
you
but-
ask me?
You guys see where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the round is ready to proceed.
All right.
Yep, looks like everything's good. Just waiting. Yeah, there we go. Okay, round 9.
Gosh, I just saw. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Are you ready for round 9?
Probably
No.
not.
You have 4 minutes to go to the highest point you can in Fungi Forest Overworld.
That's impossible.
Oh boy.
Jeff needs to deafen.
4 minutes is insane for this, by the way.
Jeff,
Jeff
gotta
still needs to
mute.
deafen.
Gotta deafen. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we do understand the complaints about how everyone wishes they had more time to find the highest, but we wanted this to be a race to just who is at the highest. We didn't want people to find the highest and then stand there for 2 minutes, you know? We really wanted
Yeah.
it to be just comparatively to each other.
Yeah, so there are definitely places, there's definitely levels where the highest point is obvious, and I feel like Fungi is one of them, where the highest point of Fungi is very clearly the top of the giant mushroom. So if we gave them like 7 minutes to do that, then they would all just end up at the top of the giant mushroom at the end of the timer, and it would be no challenge. So by giving them 4 minutes, it is possible to do it. They just have to be quick. And if they're not quick, then they have to figure out like what is the best way to cut their losses and still have the highest surface they can in the time that they had. So if their fungi early is really good and they make it quickly enough, they can actually very well make it to the top of the giant mushroom. Especially if they already bought a rank stand, but I don't know if anyone has.
We're doing big fingers crossed for Jeff right now because he has to go for fungi early here.
Right.
And he is on the wrong block, but hopefully he realizes that. Yep, okay.
Yeah, we are aware that this is basically, it forces you to do fungi early, and Jeff is not very familiar with that trick. So it is putting him at a disadvantage, but it is like 1 of 12 rounds. So even if he doesn't manage to make it in the level, yeah, he does get 0 points on that round, but like it's just 1 of 12 rounds, and he can definitely still like manage to get some high scoring rounds in other places to make up for it. The way we saw it is like fungi early is still like one of the biggest non-main category skills that you have to learn in this game, and it like being a big part of that one round here is not like back-breaking for the overall DKCS, we feel like. Generally speaking, we've been pretty accommodating of people not knowing certain tricks like phase walks or fungi early and stuff like that to not like completely ruin their experience. So yeah, something like this is you do take a penalty if you can't make it to fungi, but it's not going to completely kill your challenge. And in fact, something he could have done is completely cut his losses and go for like just buy moves and do something else. That would have been a possibility. So as we see them rush to the top of the giant mushroom here, we have to remind everyone that they have to be in the correct map, right? So if anyone ends up running out of time and they can't make it out of the giant mushroom in time and they still are in the giant mushroom, they are not in the fungi forest overworld, and so they get 0 points.
Yeah. Znernicus is
So
already
if
at the top
someone-
of the mushroom, so is TJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
TJ's
so,
like at the top of the mushroom.
Like we said, 4 minutes is definitely enough time to reach it.
Might want to be ready with what Candy Boots is doing, because I don't think we have his height written down.
Right. Although I think comparatively it's going to be easy to figure out.
Probably, but there's a... oh my gosh, Auphonium and TKettle are scaring me right now.
Yeah, we have to shut up about it, but
Yep.
all right. But... Mornin.
Mornin.
Morning.
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 Okay. Okay, I think we have this.
I've never been more scared of a zinger bomb in my life.
Same.
I do believe. Awful, could you unpause? Oh, never mind. I know where you are. Yeah, actually, I do need to verify something.
From Auphonium?
No.
Oh,
To
okay.
distinguish
this spot.
between two heights.
I assume it's like the warp and the switch. Maybe, I don't know.
That could make sense, yeah.
Which one is high? Okay, so this.
I'm really annoyed with myself with this one.
Okay.
It was a tricky one.
Still haven't had time to go to Cranky. A rank sim would have been good.
Imagine having
Oops.
Imagine having anyone.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, I'm just gonna recheck that to make sure I
I
got
didn't
it
have
right.
pity for the Aztec round, and I was so mad at myself.
Just let me know when you're
Same.
when you're done, Bismuth.
I think it's all good. I'm just gonna double check, but you can enter the scores. I'll let you know if something changes. I'm like 99% sure everything's good.
Morning, Odyssey. You.
Just gonna check for one extra possible meme I might have not noticed. Okay. Oh my god, camera, please. This is making it so stupid. Okay. Yeah, okay, everything's good.
Okay. In that case...
Scores are updated?
Yep, scores are
Gotcha.
updated.
That looks good. Yeah. Alright. Ready for round 10. Are you
So
starting to wonder
Yes.
how many rounds there are in this thing?
We've
Yeah,
been
I'm
wondering.
almost hoping it's the last one.
Alright. So
Reach-
round 10, you will
reach the
have
highest.
2 minutes
What a
to reach
surprise.
the highest point in Caves Overworld.
Yeah, okay.
And sorry, what? Say that again.
Caves, right?
2 minutes, Caves
Crystal
Overworld.
caves.
Caves Overworld, you got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. TKettle and Zorulda need to deafen.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
Highest point in Caves. I don't even remember what I marked.
It's the
Is the top of
top
the
of
castle,
the...
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The top of the ice castle is the highest point. It is possible, technically, maybe to reach the top windows of like the Five-Door cabin, but it's like kind of questionable whether you can even stand on there properly, and I can't think of a way you could do that without Rocket Barrel anyway, so we have the top of Ice Castle as the highest. Very close is the top of Rotating Room. It's only 7 units lower. And then the top of the Sprint Cabin is 398, and the top of Fungi is 394.
So the Kosha is actually really low on the Caves Overworld map. Isn't it below the actual map?
Giant Kosha on a monkey port pad is lower than the Boulder Igloo, like the giant Boulder Igloo. It's lower than the battlements of the Ice Castle. It's lower than the top of Cranky, which is lower than Warp 5, which is lower than the platform where Tiny's blueprint is. So yeah, there's a bunch of places that are higher. It makes you think that it's high, but it's actually just like a different place in the level.
Yeah, it looks like
And with that, we only have 30 seconds to go.
It looks like TJ is going for the Kasplat. Znern is... Oh, he was trying to
Wait out
skip the cutscene. The other issue with this is the Giant Kosha cutscene is like 15 seconds of your time that you'll never get back.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're gonna have to be quiet now. Ooh, so close.
My heart.
Morning.
Morning.
I can't believe we had 1:30 to reach the highest point in Crystal Caves.
That Kosha cutscene.
That was super tight.
That Kosha cutscene was killing me.
Did anybody else have the cutscene playing while the timer ran out?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
I had
did
like
not because
10
of
seconds
memes.
after the before the timer ran out.
Okay, so exploring everyone.
I don't even think this is the highest point in the level. It's just the only point I could reach.
Nothing.
I think this is the highest point in the level.
Okay, I see where you are. Where is that? Oh, okay. I think I see it. Okay. I might have to do some measurements.
Do you need anyone to unpause?
I think I don't need anyone to unpause, thankfully.
You asked me to unpause. There's about a 90% chance I go flying off.
Yeah.
Touche.
I know exactly where Mumbo is.
Do you
I
know
could go
where?
for anywhere in the level, honestly.
I will say there are falling rocks right now, and there may or
Yeah.
may not be one directly above my head.
Yeah, Mumbo just gave out his position. He is in Crystal Caves.
As usual,
know where I'm
okay, Visma, just tell me when I'm good to go.
Yeah, my brain is kind of melting trying to figure out everything right now. So I've been kind of slow scoring everything.
I don't know if you didn't know where I was at, but I repositioned my camera. Make it easier to tell.
Right. Okay, I believe that has to be the next one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something to help me out here.
Oh,
Generally, scoring everyone has been somewhat easy. I will say for this round, it's not. Because not only there's a lot of different similar heights, but also I'm seeing a lot of different results from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is
I mean it.
a lot of differences here.
Yeah, I messed up. Okay. I'll double check that.
I did unpause and a rock did snipe me.
It's fine. I
Not a
I
half
know.
second.
We got yours. You're good.
Okay, so this is that. I got this one.
Bismuth, do you see what that's doing to the scores?
Oh, so I'll fix that.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay, I need to measure 2 places and then be good to go. All right, congrats on 500 points, everyone.
Wasn't there a maximum of 8 per round?
I destroyed the scores by typing in all the heights because I was struggling to figure out who was higher than others. Okay, so I got this position. Okay, I think it's here, right? Yes.
I think you got one of these wrong, Bismuth.
Did I?
Mumbos?
Mumbo said he fell down
Yeah.
after the round ended.
I've DM'd you.
Where I am now is where I was.
Yeah, he went back to where he was. I'm gonna check
Oh,
it
okay.
for-
Never mind, that was
Ooh,
my mistake then.
Right. That was actually really close. Okay.
Ready?
So in that case, let me do this and wow, why is my brain shutting down? There we go, there we go, there we go.
Okay. Now can you delete the 700 numbers? Okay, there we go.
There we go. Okay. I think this is the first round where this happened. Yeah, I think this is the first round where this happened. No wonder why I had this much trouble. All right. So as soon as the scores are updated, we're gonna go with around 11.
Eleven.
I really thought we were done at 10.
All right.
Everything
We haven't
should
done all the
be
levels yet.
Yeah.
That's true.
all right. So round
So ready for Galleon.
11. 3 minutes
That's not Galleon. Uh-oh. Where is it?
to go to the highest point in Galleon.
Oh, of course. Really? Only 3? Okay.
Off you go.
Alrighty.
All right. So round 11 out of 12. We're gonna tell them it's the last round for the next one. Galleon is one of those levels where Rocket Barrel makes it extremely trivial, but without Rocket Barrel, it's a bit trickier. Turns out the highest reasonably reachable point is the top of Lanky Gold Tower. After that is Diddy Gold Tower, and after that, the planks by Tiny's Kasplat would be the next highest place. So actually going there is a pretty decent move because it's way quicker than the Gold Towers, and it's still a pretty decent place. but the +2 bonus points we're looking for here is Lanky Guild Tower. All right, as we see everyone in the lobby. What's up? All right. So, Alpha going straight. Alpha and Znernicus going straight for Gold Tower. TKettle as well. TJ. I don't know what TJ is gonna try here. Candy Boots is going for the planks here. Planks is a solid choice. Wait, is he going for the lower of the two planks? Like at least 10 on the higher planks. Okay, he's going on the higher planks.
Oh, Mumbo's on Cranky. Oh, no, Mumbo's not on Cranky.
Oh, right. Cranky. Did I
Well, he
get
left
Cranky?
anyway.
Okay, top. Yeah, I do have top of Cranky.
I think Zorulda is gonna try to moon kick off of the lighthouse entrance here. Candy Boots and Mumbo are both going with the Warp 3. I don't think I ever wrote that. Znern and TKettle are both on top of Ditties.
Right.
TJ is also choosing to go on top of Ditties. But I think... Oh no, Offo is also on top of Ditties. Oh no, Offo's going...
We're gonna have to
Is she
shut
gonna
up
get
about
it? Is she gonna get it?
0.01.
All right.
Mornin.
Hey, the cutscene pushed me out of my spot, but I got there.
Oh.
Okay.
Cutscene.
There must be someone somewhere that I'm not, I guess.
Some big brain strats happening there. Okay.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh. Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of Oh, did we? Right. Okay, so
Can I ask Jeff a quick question?
Yeah.
Just give me a name, Diddy or Lanky.
no, I know where Jeff is.
No, I don't.
Well, you should be able to tell by the height of the barrel above him.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I need to
Or
measure a
whether or
couple
not there's
things.
a simian spring pad.
There's a contingency we haven't fully planned for.
Huh?
Which is
What is that?
Well,
The
some
height
of the
that someone
exact locations that someone could be.
I guess if the time ran out, like while you're climbing up the tower, you wouldn't have checked every platform.
Okay, so this is
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
right here.
Nope. I mean, what?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Imagine going to Gold Tower.
Oh.
Isn't Gold Tower technically closer to underwater?
I was worried about that, but I didn't have time to think it through.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I was like, no, it's too close to like sea level, even getting to the top of Gold Tower.
Yeah. I couldn't decide if it was better to climb Gold Tower or just to cannon up by Tiny's blueprint, but
Well, I just figured I don't know a way to get to the lighthouse, so I'm going to the gold tower.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Maybe the seal cage on top of it. If you know a way, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But
That's
I wasn't confident. See, if the timer was longer, I'd have time to experiment with the sort of maybe ideas. But I just have to beeline it to the one that I know to try.
maybe the crow's nest. And like,
Oh yeah.
I bought
yeah.
Gorilla Grab for that exact reason, thinking that I may have enough time, but I did not.
damn.
I'm having to enter everyone's heights again to make sure I get this right. Sorry, it's taking a bit longer.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm almost done with this. This one. Wait, this one. Right. Okay, got everything right here.
What we
and-
can tell you now that scoring is done is that this next one will be the final round.
Cool.
All right.
I don't have monkey port, and I don't know how to do the up warp, so good
yep,
luck.
I'm sure we're going to Helm, and I don't have monkey port yet either.
Or just
Wait,
Carmine.
Helm doesn't count
I
as-
still haven't been to Cranky.
Wait. No, this is spoilers. Never mind, I guess. Ugh.
Maybe they'll give us 10 minutes. You can hope.
I
hope.
mean, based on the first 9 rounds,
11 rounds.
11 rounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good job. Trying to go to someone's position, and I managed to go back the same way I was coming from. Oh wow, okay. Good thing I measured this one as well. Okay. It's within 3 units of someone else. Alright. We got there. Alright. The scores are ready to be updated.
I'm excited.
Whoa, that's not right. There we go.
Okay. Okay, everything so far.
Ooh. All right.
All right. It's good. So the final round, everyone. You will have 5 minutes to go to the highest point in Hideout Helm.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
guys.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I don't think I can even get to Helm in 5 minutes.
Good luck, guys.
Zorulda needs to deafen.
Usual, like usual.
All right.
So they're in Galleon right now, and 5 minutes really is more than enough time for them to get Monkey Port.
Yeah. 5 minutes is more than enough time to reach home. You can take about 1.5 minutes to go by Monkey Port. Unless you have 0 points, in which case it's more tricky. But yeah, you can go by Monkey Port, you can reach Helm, and you can even make some progress in the level, even if you don't have Monkey Port to start with. If you can go to Helm right away, then you have more time to reach the back of the level. So the highest point that they can reasonably reach is in not quite the Key room, but the room with the Carol's seat. There are like Kong faces on the wall, and you can backflip on top of them. So the top Kong faces on the wall are the highest that you can reasonably reach. But we will say it is possible to do like a series of meme like lag assisted ledge kicks to reach the top of the Blastomatic, like on the crown pad with DK. I don't think anyone would ever get there.
This
Even reaching Diddy's platform would be extremely crazy. All right, go ahead.
This point comeback that Znernicus had has been pretty crazy. He was in the bottom half for, I think, the first half of the game. And he's really brought it back.
Yeah. After, what round was it? After round 5, where every single person got 10 points and Znern got 1, I thought this is the Znern Slayer. We managed to find the challenge and actually he will not win.
If TJ and Znern tie here, he won't win it.
Yeah, at this point though, it's looking very possible that Znern still wins again. We'll see. We'll see what happens in Helm. TJ is
It's also
definitely
a
very
real...
capable of.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that TJ is very capable of doing any kind of tricks in Helm. To but he fell all the way down. Ooh, that's gonna be bad for TJ. I'm not sure where he's going now. Okay, Zorulda is in Helm. Ooh, trying to moonkick up the Blastomatic.
I would love to see this happen.
Oh, does Mumbo just not have Tiny?
No, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I really thought he did. If he has the coins, I think he still has the time to get up there.
I can't believe Zorulda's going for the moonkicks, the lag moonkicks to It is possible, but it's like pretty much I managed to do it, but I had to use a save state from the top of Lanky's door to manage to reach Diddy's, and maybe emulator lag made it different. Okay, so who is in Helm? We have 4 people in Helm right now, and I think TKettle is definitely gonna make it. Jeff might have time. Looks like TJ and Mumbo are not gonna make it.
TJ keeps getting the camera shake and not actually getting TBS.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think if he gets it like right now, he still has a chance to at least be in the level. Okay, is Nern going for some...
Snur's trying to get into Chunky or Diddy's room without
Oh, right. I didn't even think about that. That would be even higher. Oh, that is good. Didn't even think about that strat.
Oppo's in a really good place too.
Yeah. This is before any Znern out of bounds shenanigans to reach Diddy's room. This was the second highest place.
We can hope he has time to get there, but I don't know how it's looking. We did tell him it has to be in bounds.
GG's.
GG's.
Alrighty. GG's, y'all.
GG's.
Can you count
GG's.
the floor height that I have? Or is that not allowed? For the last floor I was on?
I think that if you got it in bounds and you are now out of bounds with that floor height, I think that counts.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was trying to inbound somewhere even higher, but I didn't. I ran out of time. I didn't
Okay.
fall though. I'm still out of bounds with the same floor height that I had.
Right.
So that will mean I need to measure something.
I don't know how you think 5 minutes is enough, even with telegraphing or like whatever.
I had to go get Tiny and buy Monkey Port, and I barely made it to the Monkey Port pad in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we did expect some people to not have monkey port. We did not expect people to not have tiny though.
But even if you, I just think there's
Oh,
like
I
no
love
way I
Tiny.
could get where I was trying to go in enough time.
Yeah, it's if you didn't get all of your Kongs in the first 18 minutes, the whole challenge was bunk.
Even if you did,
Yeah.
try some moves.
I disagree. The
I mean,
only
I kinda
Kong,
disagree. There was one
I
round
did
where
not
the
have
Kong
any
was
issues
hurt.
with Kongs and stuff.
I had no
I-
Kong, but I
I
felt
moved to where I wanted to go if I had one more minute, but you know where I was, right?
Where
Yeah.
you were, Nerd?
Yeah.
I can guess where you probably were, yeah.
Did anybody make it to where they were wanting to go in this round?
I did.
No.
Oh,
I
you
didn't get
did.
I did
to
as well, yeah.
I got somewhere and sat there for about a minute and realized that there's probably like one higher spot. And I think that's where Znern is right now.
If I would have had enough
Oh.
time, I was gonna try and get all the way to Diddy's room, but there was no way that was happening.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get to Diddy's metal platform.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
it's not
I
not
got
easy
it.
to get there though.
I would have got there if I had one more minute.
I had 15 coins, so I had to go back to training grounds to get another rainbow coin and then buy up to Monkeyport. So I got into Helm with like a minute to go.
Of course, this had to be that kind of a meme.
Once the scores are done, we're gonna go through each round and tell you where the highest thing that anyone got was and who got the highest points for each round, and then we're gonna tell you the places that you guys got.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Okay.
I literally cannot believe what's going on right now.
And you
This is
are you
gonna
having
come
trouble
down.
getting the thing that I had to do? Because it's not easy.
Okay. That is actually wild. Oh my god.
Like the units of 2 floors.
Okay.
There's one round I was really happy with at first, and then I realized when I went into first person after the round was over, I'm like, I could have just so easily gotten. I could have did a much easier method and got a higher height.
Oh. There's
Can
a
you
few of
see
these
these?
that I'm pretty sure I did not get to the highest point.
Can you see these numbers I'm typing in, Horn?
Yeah. Oh my god!
All right.
Wow. Wait, how does that make sense, actually, Bismuth?
What do you mean?
I don't think you got his floor right.
Who's mine? Or
Yeah.
someone else. Do you want me to go back to where I was?
Well, at this
Can
point,
yeah,
the
we can
challenge
just
is
say
done,
it.
so I don't
Zinner,
think-
did
yeah.
you... It was key 8 room, right? Where key 8 was?
No, not the floor of key 8.
So it was
I
the
had
bar
height-
above it?
I had the bar in the corner.
Okay.
That you do.
Yeah, that's what I
I
did.
fucking knew it. I knew that's where Znern was.
That is
And
what
I
I
was,
did.
I was on my
Okay.
way to Diddy's metal room, but I had the height from
Yeah.
that bar.
All right. So here's what happened on that last round. We're gonna. I'm just gonna say about the last round, and then we're gonna talk about the scores for the entire thing. So in the last round, Znernicus went to the key 8 room from out of bounds and backflip on the corner.
The metal thing, yeah.
The metal thing. That is height 126. Okay.
Yeah.
Alpha and Candy Boots both got on the back of Kirill's seat in the room just before key 8 at height 127.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I had no idea.
Nice.
I mean, I was aiming for
And
higher, so
Wow.
it makes sense.
the reason why I was like, this is such a huge meme is that when I was backflipping up there, I was kind of doing it quickly, and I kept inbound, like going inbounds, getting pushed by the wall, and reaching like 128
Oh
height
man.
because the thing is slanted. And I was like, well, which is it? Because it was like, is it 128 or is it lower than
Oh, I
128?
could have just gone inbounds and
But yeah,
stayed on the
if
thing.
you don't get pushed by the walls, you're at 126. But then once the walls
Oh,
push
that's
you in, you
amazing.
reach 128. So
Yeah, I could
that
have
would have
walked up
been higher.
here, and that would have been higher.
Anyway, that's what happened, and that's why I was.
Wow.
Anyway, so that was round
That's
12. But
pretty
the
ridiculous.
challenge is over, and
Did that make the difference?
Corn, are you ready to announce the points?
Well, I was gonna announce each of the different rounds, what was the highest, but I guess round 12 has already been
Oh yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Round 1, it was the top of the battlements of the Lanky Tower, and the only
I already
person to
forget
get up
what
there
round
was
it's called.
TJ.
Was that with TBS? I'm assuming. I thought about that after the fact.
No, not with TBS at all. You skid jump backflip onto Snides, throw 4 oranges, and moonkick off of the peak of Snides, and you can make it.
Yeah, I tried.
Oh.
Yeah.
I tried getting up there with TBS myself.
I
I
moonkicked off of
spent
sides
2
like 5
minutes trying to
times.
get TBS to no avail, then went up to Snides and had 30 seconds remaining and realized I wasn't gonna make it. Like, I tried the moonkick once, but then I ran out of oranges and didn't have the distance.
Yeah,
I had
I
to
just
be
Built
on
on top of
side.
Snide.
Yeah, that's I did the moonkick several times, and then I tried with the oranges, but every time I threw the oranges, I kept screwing up the moonkick because I was like trying to do it quickly. So
Nice going, TJ. I knew someone
Thanks.
would get up there.
imagine trying to do that on Wii U.
Yeah, not possible without TBS.
Going into this challenge, I really expected TBS, like, sword position climbing was going to be a thing, but not with these timers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing, I think.
Round 2, which was Crypt Hub, Mumbo, TJ, Znern, and Zorulda all got on top of Mausoleum, which was the highest.
Yay.
Yay.
That was a big meanie head.
Yeah, I could not get that moonkick.
There
I
is
tried.
one move that I bought in time in the first segment, and it was bongos, and I used it there.
Yeah, same.
Bongos.
I was mad. I tried that moonkick for like the entire time, and I just couldn't get it. So I just
I
had
bought
to
it
stand on the
mainly
ground.
to get visibility under TBS, because I thought we would have time to do things in this challenge.
Yep.
But I used it to kill bats as well.
Round 3, sorry, was Japes Overworld. Candy Boots, Jeff, TKettle, TJ, and Znern all got on top of the tree in front of Diddy's free cage, which was the highest point of the level.
Oh, that's higher than the mountain?
Not by much, but yeah.
Oh, dude, I literally went from there to the mountain because I thought the mountain was a little higher.
I went on the tree and I looked over to the mountain. I figured, like, it looks a little lower. So
Yeah, that's what I did.
The mountain is the 3rd highest platform. You could have gotten higher by getting Diddy's banana on the mountain and getting on Warp 5.
Right.
True.
The highest point in Aztec that you could get to without Rocket Barrel was the top of Gong Tower, which Candy Boots and
Nice going,
Mumbotoken
Candy.
got.
Yeah, would have been nice to have Diddy.
Would have been nice to have Diddy, I agree.
With
that's
time,
what-
I
With
would
No,
have.
to buy
I don't know. Standing
time, I
on
would've
top
taken
of the
the
melon
Mornin
crate
tower.
on top of Llama Temple is pretty beast.
That's what I did, Zorulda. I was on top of
That's-
the melon crate.
Hell
It
yeah.
was about that time I realized that we would
That was-
have
on top of the tiny temple. How does that compare?
That was the 3rd highest that people did. I think TKettle,
I did
and
too.
Zoru did Llama Temple Melon Crate, and then Opho, TJ, and Znern all got on top of Tiny Temple.
Yeah, just not enough time.
Question was the 5-door temple. I couldn't tell 5-door temple was higher than Llama Temple, but I chose Llama Temple.
Llama Temple is higher.
Temple is higher, but the melon crate on Llama Temple is higher
okay.
than Fiber Temple.
Nice.
That's pretty
So I
funny.
made the right choice there.
Inside Llama Temple, everyone except for Znern got on top of the grape switch, which was the highest.
Oh, I'm
Very
cool.
nice.
Wow.
I looked over at that candle that we had to stand on for the monkey see monkey do challenge. I'm like, no, that's not higher.
Yeah, I
No.
looked
I
at
would-
that too.
Is it
The-
possible? Is it possible to stand on top of that torch that's like
No,
that's to the
it's
right there?
not.
No.
I
Okay,
went
You
like,
can't.
inside
No.
the matching game room with like 10 seconds left to see if there was anything better inside, and then I thought, oh, it's the like little platform where the monkey heads are, but I guess that's not as high as the grape switch.
Yeah, I want to talk about Llama Temple a little bit because the first time that we like looked at all the heights in there, I was like, "Oh my god, we have to do Llama Temple because it's crazy," and we completely overlooked the Grape Switch the first time.
Wow.
Like when we
Wow.
overlooked the Grape Switch, it was like absolutely wild
Yeah.
because the highest platform was the candle above the DK switch.
Oh.
That one is higher. It's 647.
Wow.
The Grape Switch is 666. But then you have the
Huh.
candle above DK switch is 647. And then where Znernicus was in the matching game board is 646.
Huh.
And then the lanky switch in the matching game room is 645.6. Warp 1 is 645.5.
oh man.
The whole like platform, like the Warp 1 slash matching game, like whole floor is 641. And the candle above the ferry is 640. So you had like 6 different places you could choose from that had all within 7 units from the lowest to the highest. And then the grape switch is just highest and higher than everything, like obviously, if you think about it.
Right.
But it's easy to overlook. We overlooked it in the
Yeah,
research.
I overlooked it.
For training grounds, the highest point was actually there's like a little piece of there's like a little what do you call those? Those like little
I don't think I got
triangles.
it right.
There's a little thing you can stand on top of the log on top of
Plateau.
DK's house.
Yeah.
No one got
You can get
onto
up there?
that.
No.
How
It's
do you
really,
get
really
up
hard.
there?
Stand.
Wait. You can get on the log that's on DK's house.
There's one little piece of I don't know the word for it.
Non-slippery, like a floor
Yeah.
triangle that's not slippery.
Like a
that you can
really
stand on.
tiny bit that
Wow.
is
Piece of
going on. Geometry, there you go. But other than that, candy boots.
Ooh, we're getting some feedback.
Yeah. Candy boots, Mumbo, and Zorulda all got, I think, on top of the door frame.
Yeah.
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 That makes sense.
Oh, duh.
That was the highest, huh? Okay.
Wait, the door frame is higher? Really?
I was on the back of that plateau by Cranky's, like the highest point of it.
Yeah,
I
this
was on the torch in the banana horde room, but I thought after getting there that this is probably not the best, but I had no time to go anywhere else.
Fun
yeah,
fact
there
about
was definitely
the,
a reason why training grounds took me so long to score.
Yeah. Fun fact about the little the torches that Znern and TJ were on. Znern actually got 1 extra point than TJ because Znern's torch is 1 unit higher than TJ.
What?
Are you
That's crazy.
serious? That's so dumb.
Wow.
I looked across the room and I was like, I'm just gonna assume these are the same height.
And then
That's savage.
for Isles Overworld, Znern got the highest. He got on
I was
top
pretty
of
confident I
K.
got
Rule
that one.
Isles eyebrows.
Wait. That's Creme Isle. That's not DK Isle.
It's the same
It's
map.
the overworld.
Oh my god.
Nice rando brain, doofus.
Yo, nice clear wording, doofus.
Can I ask where I placed on that one? Because I was really proud of myself on that one. Then I looked over to Crim Island and I'm like, crap, that's higher.
I was sitting on top of the top of DK's head, like you're doing fungi early for like a whole minute, and then I look over and I'm like, wait, Creme Isle counts. It's the same map. And then I failed the 50-50 to get up there.
Yeah,
like-
I did not know the
Um,
Creme Isle counted.
Looks like we got none.
TJ and Off got tied second, I think. And then Candy Boots, TKettle, and Zorulda all got the same.
So I was really proud of myself because I had Lanky, but I did not have O stand, and I'm like, I hope I can do fungi early in time, and so I went back into training grounds, I went out because we did the previous one in training grounds. I went out, tagged Lanky, walked back in, bought O stand. Then I walked back out and did Fungi early with DK, and I was able to O stand up to the top of the summit.
Dude,
I got it.
that's
It's a
nuts.
giant meme.
That is nuts.
It's a giant meme, but you can do this.
And I was so mad when I went into first person and I looked straight over Criminal. I'm like, all of that is higher. I could have just went and bought Monkey Board.
Yeah.
You can check the thread for the highest point in training grounds.
There you
Yeah,
go.
how do you get up there, Bismuth? Do you know?
O stand.
So you can like backflip up with
Oh,
Lanky and an orang stand all the way to the top, but like even in a orang stand, that tree is still slippery, kind of.
Yeah.
So you have to like jump almost to the top of it in one go, and then once you're at the top, you have to like let go of a rank stand and just like slide off and jump back on like a million times until you make it. I've never done it without using a save state from the top of the thing because the point where you can actually stand on is like really tiny and really stupid.
Yeah, I knew you could stand up here. I just never knew how to get up there. So thanks.
Interesting. Could you
Um,
moonkick up to it potentially?
Not off a tree, maybe off the door frame. I didn't try there.
Yeah, theoretically, I think you could, but reasonably, I think you need a rank stand.
I see.
For round 8, which was Factory Overworld, we actually had a 7-way tie for second in on the R&D
Oh my
on the
God,
chunky
no.
R&D platform, and TJ got up the block tower.
Wait,
The
wait,
block
what?
tower was higher.
No,
What?
no, no, no,
Nobody
no,
went
no.
to block tower?
I can't believe that's higher. I would have
Yeah.
thought R&D was higher.
How was that
went-
possibly higher?
I went past block tower, looked at it, and I was like, looked at the poll to R&D, and was like, I think R&D is higher.
I'm so shocked.
But
You
that
know,
block tower's
if you
higher.
had more time, I could have tried either one. But yeah.
You could actually go even higher in R&D to the top of the door
Yeah.
frame to
I
like
tried.
to Chunky's room. If you
Oh my
manage
God.
to do that, you would still lose to Block Tower.
Oh.
By like
okay.
4 units or something, 3 units or something.
Yeah, you would lose by 3 units. Block Tower is 1530 and the top of that hallway is 1527. And then actually
Did anybody get on top
I'm
of the triangle pad?
I was
I
gonna
was-
say I might need to recheck that because I didn't think to look at the triangle pad. And
didn't
that
make
might
it on
actually
pad
do
yet.
something.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
did
even think about that.
I
I
gotta
was
say,
kind of
thought
about
about
it.
it, but I didn't.
It
make
was
though.
really rude putting factory right after the Isles one, where like you knew the up warp on Creme Isle was the right choice, but I just couldn't do it, so I went to Fungi. And then I saw that factory was the next one, and I was like, oh, well, there goes another minute for me compared to everyone else.
Yeah. In general, I just thought the
I had
timers were way too short.
I had to
Because
run
I wanted to
all the
run
way
up
up
to
to Creme Isle
R&D,
again.
see if there was anything I could stand on up in the upper rooms, and if not, go back to the block tower. But by the time I did that, I only had like less than a minute. So I was
Well-
like, okay, no, I guess I screwed up.
I'll say really quick, Bismuth and I argued a lot on this challenge for how long to make the timer. There were a lot
Initially,
of
we had
times when I was like, oh no, we need to give them an extra minute because they want to do this, and Bismuth's like, it's challenge 8, they need a challenge, we don't want them waiting at the highest point for 3 minutes, we want them racing to as high as they can get. And I think that's kind of more the way we went with it.
Yeah, initially we did have like more lenient. I think that most of the second half of the challenge we took away a minute after testing.
Yeah.
The idea behind it was that the fun in it was not necessarily like finding the highest point every time, but it was like given the time that you had to find the highest point, and sometimes that meant having to cut your losses and be like, I only have time to reach whatever like point I can, and that's gonna be like my score.
Yeah,
Because
that was
we didn't want
that's how I
a
felt about it.
situation where like 7 out of 8 people would just always like go to the highest point and find it, and it would just be like, because especially if you think of like factory fungi levels like that, I feel like we're really likely to just have a bunch of people tying for the exact same place.
So we're like, we don't want to give like everyone like 8 minutes in fungi, and then just everyone reaches the top of the giant mushroom and ties for first place.
That does make sense to me. Yeah.
So that was the
And
Speaking of
reasoning behind
reaching
it.
the top of the giant mushroom, how
Yeah.
did we do on the next round?
For Fungi Overworld, TJ, Znernicus, and Zorulda all got to the top of the giant mushroom.
Like the very
Nice.
top with the lanky
The
switch?
very top,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed with myself because I already had bought a rank stand, but I was at that time we only had like 4 minutes, and I was really screwing up fungi early. It took like over half my time, and by the time I got to fungi, didn't have time to climb all the way up. I was mad because I'm like, I actually have a stand already, so I could like get all the way to the top. But
I
Yeah,
didn't
that
have
was
time to
that
buy
was
a stand, but I
around
did use the rando strat of slide kick jumping.
I just slide kick jumped, yeah.
I
that
lag
was
kicked.
that was also a round that we figured would be problematic for people who struggle more with fungi early, but we figure that it's one of 12 rounds, and like if you get 0 points in that round, you can still score decently on the others and have overall a good score.
Right.
And then for Caves Overworld, Znernicus got to the top of the ice castle, which was the highest point you could get to.
Oh, phew. I had no
Isn't-
idea. There were like
tip
three
Wait.
other places I thought it might be better.
Isn't the
Caves-
Kosha area like the highest point in the entire thing?
It's actually
That's what they want you
pretty
to think.
low.
It's low?
Yeah, it's like
It's just like a
Go ahead.
different place in level.
How does that make any sense? He's supposed to be on top breaking the what?
I agree with
That is a good thought from a like lore perspective, but wow, I guess
yeah.
yeah. That's something I
That-
never would have thought
That
about.
blew my mind.
Is it does
Because I barely made it. I barely made it to the Kosha.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
is the Kosha area the same map?
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
it is the same map, but it's just like way off somewhere else in the level, and it's not any higher than like the most of the rest of caves.
That's too bad.
It's actually the one round where there were 0 ties between any position. Every single
Wow.
person was at a different height, and a
That's
lot of them were
incredible.
pretty similar as well.
Mumbo, were you by Lanky's blueprint?
No, I was on the ice castle on one of the
Oh.
blocks. I didn't know you could stand on the very tippy top. I thought it would be slippery, so I didn't even
I
try.
knew that it wasn't. Even though it looks like it should
Unlucky.
be, it's very steep.
Mhm.
I just only went there because I had so little time. I would have thought maybe the either top of some of the cabins area would be higher, or maybe somewhere up in the giant boulder room, like on top of the ice shield there.
The top of the rotating room is really close. That's where Candy Boots was. Top of rotating room is only 7
that's not
units lower
overworld.
than the tip of the ice castle.
But the rotating room's not in the overworld.
No, top
No,
of on the outside of it.
the top of the cabin.
Oh, the top of the rotating room.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's that
then I
close?
think in Alpha was in third place with, I believe, the top of Funky.
I thought about that too.
That's correct, yeah.
Funky might be higher, but
And
I'm
then
not sure.
TKettle was on top of the highest crate at the 5-door cabin.
Thought about that one. Yeah.
In fifth place, we had Mumbo. I think it was just like by Funky, right?
No, I was on the ice castle.
All right, yeah, you were on like one of the battle
Just not
mans.
the most high point of it.
Yeah, I was on one of the little blocks.
Yeah.
Right.
I was by Funky. I was trying to get on top of Funky, and then got hit by a falling rock, and fortunately made my way back up to next to Funky right as the timer stopped.
Right. And you ended up like just a couple units lower than TJ, who was close to Warp 2.
Gotcha. I couldn't tell if the Warp 2 was higher or not.
And Zorulda, with the highest point in caves, ended up at the lowest point of everyone.
That's
Love
so
it.
unfortunate. That's
That
so
is so
sad.
unfortunate, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
literally the saddest thing I have. I was
I feel
so
so
sure.
bad.
I had no doubt in my mind that that was going to be the highest spot. I was like, it's literally in the ceiling. He's literally
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you got ripped off on that one.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy that despite the fact that no one tied for any position in this round, if you think of Mumbo being on the battlements of the ice castle and Znern being on top of the tower of the ice castle, Mumbo was in 5th place and Znern in 1st, so like
Yep.
3 more
man.
people were between those two heights. It was a pretty crazy round.
Yeah.
Next.
And for Galleon Overworld, oh my gosh, I'm trying to
this as
remember what he
simple as
got.
it seems?
It really was because Znern got 10 points with the top of Lanky's gold tower.
And did anyone else join me on Lakey's tower?
Not the top. Not the top.
I
Really?
didn't realize until after the fact that when I looked across that Diddy's was lower. I moon kicked up to
Same.
Diddy's.
I went
Just
up Lanky's because I didn't want to get trolled by the splat, and I figure I'll check whether it looks higher once I reach the top, and it did. So that was a bit lucky.
I didn't know it was higher.
Was Diddy's gold tower higher than like where Tiny's blueprint is?
Yes, Diddy's Hill Tower is higher. Hold on. Galleon. So Lanky is 2060, Diddy is 1996, and then the planks and the warp 3 by the Kisplat are 1895.
Okay.
So it's about the same difference between Lanky, Diddy, and Tiny Kisplat.
Are the planks and the warp 3 at the same height as each other?
Yeah.
Okay, neat.
And then we went through Hideout Helm already with Oppo and Candy Boots beating Znern by 1 unit.
That's crazy.
Yep.
In Helm though, there was another option that not people didn't think about, and we also overlooked the first time we looked at Helm. On the wall of like the Key Rule main room, just before Key 8, there are the Kong faces. You can actually stand on top of those things.
Oh,
So
wow.
the top ones are actually almost as high as Diddy's platform.
Wow.
That's
That
cool.
would've been cool.
Do you guys want to know what places y'all came in?
Not
Sure.
really. I'll just
I mean, I
exit.
guess
Yes.
we'll have to learn. but
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, am I stupid?
What?
Oh my god, I'm
No.
stupid.
What?
No, you're not.
I miscounted the last round.
Oh.
Did you?
I did.
Okay, so there's some changes that are going to be made.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
guessing.
sorry, Zorulda was higher than everyone. How
Oh.
did I miss that?
I'm
Wait,
guessing.
Zorulda won the Helm round?
Zorulda won their ham round with the top of Lanky door. It was higher than the other ones. I don't know why. I think I misread it with the
Oh,
Lanky
interesting.
room.
Oh, okay, so we have some last second changes then.
Wow, so on top of Lanky's door was higher than
So that
the
is 8.
pre-T8
Then the chair?
area.
I'm gonna take a guess and say this is the
Yeah.
first challenge that Znern didn't get first in. I'm guessing he got like second or third.
Okay. Now the
Yeah,
score should be updated.
think I
Okay, yeah,
did the
let me
best.
just fix this.
The round 5 where everyone got 10 points and Znern got 1 is definitely a rough one.
Yeah,
Jeez.
not having Diddy for the gold power really hurt
You want me
too.
to sort the thing?
No, it's okay. I'm just doing them by alphabetical order, and then I'm gonna. Actually, yeah. Can you?
Yeah, no problem. Wait, what happened there?
Are you gonna start announcing the placements from worst to best or best to
Yeah,
worst?
best or worst to best.
First to best makes sense. I guess.
Okay, so in 8th place with 45 points, we had Jeff.
Oh,
I'm-
come on.
In 7th place with 55 points, we had Auphonium.
Wow,
no.
I'm surprised at that.
Thought she was doing one.
In 6th place with 68 points, Mumbotoken.
Okay.
I think I'm next.
Have you sorted it
I
yet,
don't know why.
Bismuth?
I tried to
Why did
sort
you
it
put
and
first?
I feel like it just kept like
Oh yeah, it's like bouncing back. What the heck? Okay, well, I'm just gonna use my mad counting skills. In 5th place with 70 points, yeah, we had MrTKettle.
Mm-hmm.
In 4th place with 77, we had Zorulda.
Cool.
That caves one really hurt.
In,
It sure did.
That's unfortunate.
In 3rd place with 83 points, we had Candy Boots.
Oh, I am ranked candy? What?
And Znern, you were out of it for like 7 rounds. We were messaging each other like Znern's not winning this. With 84 points, TJ came in second, and Znern ended up winning with 88 points.
No.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No. That's
We know.
how is this possible?
You
misread
came back
it.
right at the end. You had some really good
I
scores
mean,
right at the end.
I was very happy to get the overworld, like the K Rules eyebrow thing. I figured that would help me a lot because I didn't think anyone else would make it there.
Yeah,
And there
no
was
point.
one other round that I did well, I guess, Galleon or something. But yeah, the first couple rounds I was really struggling. The worst mistake I made was after the Japes round, when I was hearing that we need to go to Aztec, I just exited the level right away. I didn't even have Diddy free, and I realized too late that, oh no, I need to go back, free Diddy, and buy Chimpy Charge if I want
Yeah,
to
but
get to the highest point in
I
Aztec.
thought about that, but I don't think we would have had time.
I
Honestly.
think
I gotta bounce,
if I
guys.
had yeah, have a good night, Zorulda.
Night, Zorulda.
GG's.
Night, night, night.
Yes,
See you guys.
I'll see
Zorulda.
you guys later.
Oh my god.
Because like you didn't even have DK's gun at that point, did you? So like
If I
I
had
also
just
feel-
immediately bought the gun, because we were in Japes, so I figure if I immediately bought gun, free Diddy, and then go to Aztec immediately, buy Chimpy Charge on the way to the tower, I feel like there's a chance I can do that in 6 minutes, but
I don't know. That's just so tight because
it sounds really tight. What ended up happening was I left Japes, realized, oh shoot, I need Diddy, and then I thought, what if I need Diddy for some other rounds? So I went back to Japes just to free Diddy, made it back to Aztec with like a minute remaining, and all I had time to do was get on top of the tiny temple.
did you? I was so annoyed because I freed every single Kong in Castle except Diddy because I was worried about I'm like I need time to do this first location. Did
I
you do
also
the
thought
same?
like, well, I didn't free Diddy or Chunky, because I was thinking, okay, I thought like if we can't buy Rocket Barrel, then Diddy's probably not going to be
Yeah,
helpful, so I didn't
exactly.
bother freeing him, and I spent more time experimenting with trying to get TBS like to get to the top of Castle. I
Yeah.
didn't think that we were going to be able to moonkick to the top of the tower until I got up there with like 30 seconds remaining and couldn't get the oranges. The oranges kept exploding immediately on top of Snide's hut on the like little fixtures that come off of the roof. So I
Yes,
very quickly ran out of oranges before being able to attempt a lag kick.
Yeah, the secret there is you actually want to throw the oranges from near the edge of Snides instead. So like you go and
Yeah.
stand along the back edge and just at the very bottom, as far as you can walk, throw the oranges from there going up Snides. And then
That
they
makes
won't
sense.
explode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what TJ did.
Yeah, that
But
was
no,
really cool.
But no, I quickly at first I'm like, well, the only Kongs that I'm probably gonna need is Lanky for O stand and Tiny for Helm. So I freed them, and then I realized I'm like, I think I have time to free one more, but I didn't really realize that I didn't think either one would be that beneficial. So I just chose Chunky, and I wish I would have chose Diddy.
All right.
I
I think we need to.
We're really
Yeah,
fast
go
gonna
on.
show you guys the hint for next time, and then we have to stop stream.
Okay.
I was curious if there were any higher locations that nobody got that you expected people to reach or whatever.
TJ
Not
getting the
many.
top of Lanky Tower. We didn't think that that was possible realistically with
The castle tower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Well, it's not that we didn't think it was possible
Very
at all. It's
efficient
just that
part
we
two.
didn't. The Rocket Barrel ban was a little late in development, and so we didn't like spend that much time thinking what are the locations without Rocket Barrel. Anyway, the hint is displayed on the stream right now.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
have
it's
to think about.
it's the llama again. Cynthia had told me that she reused some asset from the first series art, so I guess it's in this one. Although the llama itself is different.
Excuse me.
Well, we will.
Very
That
efficient
red
part
button,
two.
is that the start button? Is that what anyone else thinks? Is that red thing a start button? It's a
I don't
button
know.
challenge.
Pause buffering the button challenge.
Press a button of each color.
I could do that.
Maybe it's like a no. It would be really cool if there's like a choose your own button restriction. Like you can either have like no A, no B, or no start, and you have to do something. Or you can pick 2 of the 3.
No joystick.
No joystick.
Find the
That'll last long.
pepperonis hidden in the game. I think Cynthia's idea. All right, we're gonna end stream here. Thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for playing. And we have our this Saturday will be our 9th and final open race for the DKCS before the playoffs.
Sounds good.
Night, everyone.